Yo, what is going on, you guys? Tucker here, bringing you a brand new video today. Today, we're going to be showcasing my favorite Destroy deck in the moment. If you guys have seen my YouTube channel, you've seen about 3 months ago, I had a Lady Deathstrike list that I was falling in love with. This one over here actually surpasses it, and I enjoyed it way, way, way more. I'm telling you guys, using Lady Deathstrike and Iron Lad and Destroy actually just surprises the mess out of your opponents, and it works so, so well. We're also using a card that just came out this week as well, a new variant for X23. Of course, it didn't just come out this week, but is also showcased in the spotlights this week. So this is another little deck for you to be able to use to kind of just absolutely dominate your opponent's Destroys in such a great spot right now. So I wanted to add a little bit of my spice to my Destroy package, and it really works really, really well. Here in the next scene, I'm going to go ahead and show you the deck. We're also going to have the deck down below in the description as well. Here is the deck that we're going to be using today. It's got Deadpool, Forge, Nico, X23, Carnage, Wolverine, Killmonger, Venom, Iron Lad, Lady Deathstrike, Armanzola, and Null. And I'm going to kind of explain why we have all of these cards in this list. So first and foremost, we're going to go with Deadpool here. Deadpool, of course, is just the most, I'd say, up there is one of the most valuable cards you have in Destroy because you destroy him over and over and over and over again. You use other cards to buff Deadpool, and he just becomes a win con himself because Deadpool gets too big. And if you keep destroying Deadpool, it comes to the point where you might even lose priority in certain situations because you don't have your huge, massive power on the board, and enables you to do some bigger turn plays on like 6, maybe even 5 sometimes too. It really depends, but Deadpool, of course, is if you've seen Destroy, you've played Destroy, you know Deadpool is one of your primary win cons, something you just want to continue to buff over and over and over again. And then, of course, you got Forge here. Forge here adds +2 power to the next card you play. You might normally see this played with a Deadpool, an X23, a Wolverine, one of your Destroy engines, such as a Carnage or a Venom. But you could also use it on a Lady Deathstrike. On a Lady Deathstrike, it allows you to honestly have some even greater value if you don't use it in your earlier turns, allowing you to destroy that pesky Miss Marvel, able to destroy your Mobius. I mean, without Forge, you still destroy Mobius with Lady Deathstrike, but I'm telling you, you Forge your Lady Deathstrike, your opponent is in for a whirlwind of trouble. Next, we have Nico here. Nico here is another engine of the Destroy list. She can either give your card +2 power, turn it into a demon, give herself double her power, change a location for you, move your card location to the right, destroy 2 cards to draw 2 cards, which is especially useful in this list, allowing you to destroy a Deadpool to buff him, of course, doubling his power, and draw 2 additional destroy cards you might need. Use it to destroy an X23 to make you have your extra energy on your next turn. Nico is absolutely phenomenal and works so, so well in Destroy. Of course, you have X23, which honestly I think is one of the best 1-drops in the game, probably second to Nico. Enabling your Destroy list to get that +1 energy allows you to just do so much on curve. Allows you to go crazy, allows you to outpower your opponent, allows you to be able to play Null and Deadpool on final turn, or even a Zola and Deadpool on final turn. 7 energy goes crazy on turn 6. If you destroy it multiple times, you can have up to 8 energy on turn 6, maybe even more. X23 literally goes crazy and enables you to do so much with Destroy, which is why it's great that she's actually in spotlights this week to allow you to have another opportunity to get X23 as well. Of course, you have Carnage. What Destroy list would be complete without Carnage? Carnage is one of your Destroy enablers. This card destroys cards, but also adds up to, 8 if you're destroying 3 other cards in his lane, so it'd be a 2-8. Or it becomes 2-4, destroying 1 card, 2-6, destroying 2 cards. Carnage is one of those also enabling cards that doesn't absorb the power of cards destroyed, so Carnage is better into a junk list as well. So you do not get the negative effect of absorbing that negative power, such as like a Venom or a Null does from destroyed cards for Null or for destroying the cards themselves with Venom. Wolverine over here. This is one of your crazy boys as well. Wolverine is a great card in Destroy, which you guys probably play Wolverine Destroy either in Pool 1, Pool 2, Pool 3, Pool 4, 5, where you're at right now. Wolverine adds +2 power to himself whenever he is destroyed, and then hops to a random location. So Wolverine is one of those cards that can win you a game to be able to get over to another lane because the way he flips and adds extra power to that lane. Sometimes he's not your best friend and lands in the same exact lane, but if he lands in the same exact lane, let's say as he was destroyed with a Carnage, that allows you to get your Venom bigger because you're destroying a Carnage and your Wolverine at the same time and absorbing that with Venom. Wolverine's one of those cards that kind of allows you to get into other lanes. Of course, more RNG dependent, but definitely Definitely another great card in the destroy list. Then you got your boy Killmonger. Killmonger is one of those also destroy cards. It only specifically destroys 1-drops, of course. But let's say you do get Cosmoed on your destroy lane. Killmonger still enables you to be able to hit that Deadpool, hit that X-23, hit those other 1-drops to enable your Venom or your Carnage to be able to have other lanes to play on, or get your Null bigger, destroying a Sunspot, destroying a Nebula, destroying any of these just pesky 1-drops your opponent might be running into that you have like no solution for because you may not be able to reach them on another lane. And since it's a global effect, Killmonger is just super, super solid right now. Of course, you got your boy Venom over here. Venom is another one of those destroy engines that you are actually using in this list in order to buff your Null, enable you to just have massive power everywhere, be able to use with a Zola later. Venom absorbs the power he eats, opposed to Carnage giving a max power normally of 8, unless you have some crazy situations where you're able to Zola your Carnage, or you're able to copy Carnage into your hand, which Nico can do that for you. Venom is the card that gets bigger than Carnage, and this is one of those key cards where if you do lose a Venom, you're kind of upset about it, but that being said, Venom, it gives you another alternate line to win a game because he just gets absolutely massive. He can get almost as big as a Null. If you don't draw Null, of course, your Venom also has the additional 3 power. So that really helps in there. And since it absorbs your power, no power is wasted when either Venom absorbs your card or vice versa. And then, of course, you have the homie Iron Lad. So Iron Lad is in this list because if Iron Lad hits just about anything, Iron Lad goes crazy. You may not like it when Iron Lad hits a Deadpool, but that is 1 out of 11 cards for your Iron Lad to hit. That just is really, really good for you. Your Iron Lad hits a Lady Deathstrike. That is a 4/6 Lady Deathstrike. So it's as if the Lady Deathstrike just got hit with a Forge buff anyways. Your Iron Lad hits a Zola. It enables you to play Zola on turn 4. And then even like a turn 6 play, you Zola your Iron Lad, and then you have an additional pretty much 4 Zolas on the field. That goes crazy. Iron Lad hitting a destroy card because you haven't drawn any of your destroy cards yet allows you to be able to start building your Null in such a way, or actually be able to start destroying cards. Iron Lad hitting a Null, of course, gives your Null +6. Like, Iron Lad is just so useful in this list because if you're not drawing the cards you need, you bank on that RNG Iron Lad, and it just enables you to kind of hit the stuff you aren't able to hit. Maybe you are coping a little bit, but I'm telling you guys, Iron Lad always hits. This is why it's one of my favorite cards, and I think it fits so well in the destroy package, especially because you get a bigger buff with Iron Lad hitting a lot of these cards than you would have if you had something else, Then we have Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike over here, she is a 5/4. She destroys anything on each side of the board that has less power than her. So just off rip, with a 4 power, she destroys a Zabu. She destroys a Mobius. She destroys a Blue Marvel. She destroys a Ravonna. She destroys your goblins for you in case you don't have a Carnage or you used your Carnage earlier. Like, that power there, just that alone is fantastic for you. If you boost her with a Forge, let's say, with Forge, she is a 5/6. 5/6, you're also going to be hitting your Khazars. She even at base power destroys Draculas, which is something you might be worried about at the moment too. She can destroy a Sandman. She can destroy just so many of these just like pesky cards. She destroys, our favorite boy, Jeff. Jeff does get destroyed by Lady Deathstrike, but she just helps you honestly win games because people are not expecting her right now. I'm not saying she is an amazing card by any means, but if you do buff her the right way, and then you can also use it to Zola, like in a later game situation, she really works out and helps you so much. And she'll win you games just because your opponent is not expecting you to just defeat their energy cheating just like that without an Enchantress. It just helps you with an alternate line and destroy kind of, in such a way, like if she is, hit with a Forge, she can destroy Ghost. So if you want to lose priority so you can play your stuff on turn 6 without having to get worried about a Shang-Chi, she helps you do that. So like, she just works really, really well for you. And like, the package you could do with Zola and having her in the list to be able to also get hit by Iron Lad really, really works out. And then, of course, we got the homie Zola. What destroy list would be complete without Zola? I know we don't have Death in this list, but we have more of the Zola and Null package for like a guaranteed better hit for Iron Lad, opposed to hitting Death. Yes, Death allows you to be able to be, played if you're destroying enough cards. But Iron Lad hitting Zola actually gives you value. So Iron Lad hitting a Zola allows you to earlier on do a Zola to be able to spread your cards out. And then, of course, later game, hitting your Zola on those cards spread out to spread them back in. Like Zola allows you to get into other locations you're not able to get into normally, allows you to hit a Venom. If you get a Null out earlier with X23, hit a Null. It allows you kind of just to space stuff out in such a way to either dodge a Shang-Chi, dodge a Shadow King. He is just absolutely fantastic, and you're seeing him in most destroy packages anyways. But this card is so good. Of course, we have Null. What destroy list would be complete without Null? Null absorbs all of the power that has been destroyed in the entirety of the game. Of course, it absorbs all the power that your Deadpool has been destroyed as he doubles over and over and over again. The amount of times your X23 has been destroyed by being destroyed over and over and over again. Wolverine over and over and over again. Carnage, whatever cards he destroys, that power is added to Null. Whatever Venom eats, added to Null. If you Armin Zola cards, that power is added to Null. So like Null, of course, you're going to see in every single destroy list, I'd say. Just gives you that extra level of just like not unexpected, definitely expected value, but your opponent always has to account for what all you've destroyed and math into their situation. Like what is Null's power here? And it's another perfect hit for Iron Lad. And with that said, let's get into some gameplay. We are loading into game 1 right now. I am so excited. This list is so much fun, you guys. All right. Let's see. Our starting hand over here is okay. Shadowlands' first location isn't the best for us, but we do have Nico with the plus on top of her, which is really, really good for us. I think we might play Nico here on the left, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want to have Venom get this negative energy. So I'm probably going to play Nico in the middle here to enable us to probably get a better buff for her. At least I would hope. It looks like we're probably going to be facing a bounce list. He does play Hawkeye down early. Limbo, absolutely fantastic for us. Not great for him, but great for us. We do get X23 on curve. We're adding the extra power to X23, and then we do have Venom in this. He probably plays another 1-drop over there on Hawkeye. I don't think he's going to be bouncing him back immediately. Maybe he is. Oh, he bounces him back already. Okay, and he has the ninja. Okay. So we still have priority here because we are up on power. We have Asgard. Oh, we do draw Deadpool. So in this situation, we draw Deadpool late. I think we always still have to Venom first. I know Venom's not going to be huge, but this does allow us to play Deadpool and Iron Lad potentially on the right here. And with that in mind, Iron Lad could hit Carnage or Lady Deathstrike right now, which I do not have either of those cards on the board. And depending on where X23 falls, this also could be really, really good for us. Okay, what are we working with here? And X23 falls right. Okay, this could be perfect. This could be perfect. He does have Kitty. He does also have... We have priority. Okay. So we have Deadpool and Carnage. We're going to go ahead and set this up here. I know we may not be maxing our energy, but I think this is going to be actually better for us in this situation. Whereas if we did hit Lady Deathstrike here, we won't be able to kill a Hawkeye. So I kind of want to leave that Lady Deathstrike potential play for later, especially if this Iron Lad turns into like a Wolverine or something. Getting Carnage out earlier, I think, is just way better for us. And see, Hawkeye has more power too. We're kind of just playing this for curve as it is at the moment as well. And of course, okay, X23 lands in the same spot. We do have Deadpool. He has Kitty, and he has Beast. Okay, so next turn, we already know he's going to be playing the same thing. We do get priority, and we do win the location. And see, like in a situation like that right there, we also did get Forge. Forge was that next card we were going to be getting. So we have Killmonger and Wolverine as our follow-up cards here. So I'm thinking at this time, I'm going to Forge and Deadpool here. Or if I Venom early, or if I Null here, actually. I Null middle. It allows me to Zola on this next play, and it'll either hit Venom or it'll hit Null. So this is actually really good for us. He has Bishop. He has Forge. And he does have a big kitty. So that's pretty solid for us. But now I'm going to Zola here. I'm going to Zola here because I can still hit this Lady Deathstrike on Bishop and go a little crazy. I'm not sure if he is running Shang-Chi. If he is running Shang-Chi, he can't account for both lanes. So I'm going to snap in this situation, which he probably retreats because I have my line here. The only thing that would go crazy, see, we have everything perfect. I should have snapped earlier. So like in that situation, we have Null down on 5. I probably should have snapped anyways, knowing he's going to be trying to get big, but overall, he's not going to be able to match our scaling abilities. So that was a good first game. Game number 2. I definitely should have snapped before turn 6 there. The Boomer Snap is definitely not something, of course, you want to do ever. But we had our lines so early on in the game, there was actually like no reason for me not to snap there. So I totally misplayed there. But you're kind of like seeing the rhyme and reason of why we have certain things over here. This is a pretty good matchup, I think. With Thanos here, they are going to be running Shang-Chi. So that is something we need to keep in mind here. We do have Monster Island. So we can kind of play off of this a little bit too. Oh, and we get Forged Deadpool. This is great. We get the perfect location here on the right, and we will be chilling. Oh, it's Lockjaw? Okay. I think we still got this. We do have priority, hopefully. Going into this, we got Sakar. Okay. This is going to be really interesting. I think we have to Carnage here. Null here, honestly, wouldn't be the best, but I wouldn't be mad with an Iron Lad, especially if Iron Lad hits like a Lady Deathstrike here on their Lockjaw. This could be really, really spicy for us. Okay, he Black Swans. And then he gets Cole. We get Null. He has Thanos. Okay. So I think we kind of just leave that alone a little bit. We're going to Venom, honestly, on this Deadpool. If he wants to Shang-Chi his Null, that is totally fine. I'm here for it. But he only has 1 extra space for this Lockjaw. He can play as many stones as he wants. But if he fills that right lane and it is not something like Vision, we just go crazy and we buff the absolute mess out of Null here. And I think that's what's going to happen. He really can't play. I mean, he could play his Lockjaw lane if he wants to. But I think we're in such just a situation right here where this is pretty bad for him. And we can get Deadpool as big as we want. We have already played Carnage, which that does kind of stink. But I think this is really good. Really, really good for us. I'm not really scared in this matchup. He's taking his time with his turn, though. So I don't know what he's plotting and scheming. Maybe he's got like some crazy Enchantress or something just to absolutely throw me for a loop. But no, I think we're good. I think we're looking really, really good right here. What are we working with? And like Kyra, okay. Power Stone. If it doesn't give him Vision, I'm really not worried. Oh, Spectrum. Oh, I snapped this then. We snapped this. This is Thanos ongoing. Snap. Sweet. Sweet. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to Iron Lad here. Iron Lad hits either Killmonger, Nico, or something else. See? Perfect. That is one of those situations you snap it because he can't do anything about our Null there. So another prime example. We just outpower him in that entire situation. The Spectrum out early before he has enough ongoing cards out on the board too. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. We are in game number 3 right now. So game 2 is a prime example of snapping at the right time. Our opponent playing onto Lockjaw was so unfortunate for them. They honestly needed to get Vision in order to be able to kind of account for our Null there, and they didn't since it kind of clogged that lane. So playing Venom there on the monster is perfect for us because inevitably our Null just continues to outscale them. So they did the right thing retreating, and we did the right thing snapping there too. Here, this is where it gets a little interesting. So I only have X23. I'm actually going to play X23 here on the raft because I do kind of want to fill this as well. I need something like a Nico or a Forge to kind of go a little crazy. This location is good for us. We killed X23 early with Carnage because we don't have any other Destroy cards. In a perfect world, I would, of course, have more stuff to mess around with, but unfortunately, we didn't. But that's better. That's better. We have extra energy here, too. He does have Electro, which means he's probably going to play something like Sandman here, which is going to be really tough. But we do have Deadpool, and we do have Venom here. So this is pretty good. We're going to get our extra card here and be able to have some extra energy. He is snapping because that is going to be a Sandman coming down right here. And honestly, I'm not afraid of Sandman because I do have Null, and Null is going to be some huge value for us. We do get an Infinite. So we do have this. Some value. X23 does go left, so that does kind of stink. He has Sandman. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. With that in mind, if he does draw Magneto, that might stink a little bit. But we have Forge, Nico, Killmonger. We're going to be okay. We are going to be all right. I'm going to play Null left. Doom's here, okay.
All systems go.
We do beat an Odin on Doom. He's going to have to go crazy here. If he does blob me or Galactus me, it's probably on the right. So honestly, best case scenario here is if I hit X23 here. X23 helps my Null get bigger and Venom get bigger. So I do this. That's Odin. Oh, sweet. Works for me. Works for me. Let's go. We had a great curve there. It's a great dub. Great dub. And that's why like we can beat Sandman if we kill X23 on time. If we don't kill X23 on time, it is a very bad matchup for us. That's solid. That's very solid. And a lot of people right now are going to be playing Sandman with Corvus to get that initial curve to be able to just ramp up. So that's a good prime example right there. This is going to be really, really interesting, okay? So we have Value of the Hand. We don't really have a lot of these Destroy cards in play at the moment. But we do have Forge. So Wolverine goes down middle. If I can get a Forge or something... Oh, good gravy. This really stinks. Okay. We can still work this out. We can still work this out. We're going to have some Abomination shenanigans here. Probably. So I can do this and that. It'll get the extra power. Then I'll probably hit the Venom here. Oh, freaking armor. Homie really hates us. This is like Armor City, bro. Armor City. I'm going to do Iron Lad left here. Just kind of to see what we can get. If we get like an X23 or something, this will be okay. Oh, and we win middle? Oh, and we hit X23. Sweet. Electra. Cosmo. Okay, we got some freaking craziness homies cooking up over here. Okay, well... I just do this, that, and I have 8 energy on this next turn. We snap this because we're just going to be going crazy. These cards that get destroyed, I'm honestly not really worried about. Cosmo's over there by himself on the right. So if I can get this off over here, we are really cooking. Really, really cooking. I love this, actually. And a Hobgoblin. And then I just Null here. We Null left. If he sentries middle, he's in a great spot. Or if I Zola... If I Lady Deathstrike... Sentry's middle, he wins. Does he have Sentry? He would snap back if he had Sentry. That's the thing. He would totally snap back, and he does snap back. Okay. So if he just well, if he sentries here, he loses that location, so he doesn't sentry there. If he armors here, he can't do anything. He has to, like... He has to go crazy here. I think it's just a null left. A null left kind of angle. Null left. He needs to get something middle. Let's just try it out. Why not? Let's see what happens. No way.
Victory.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. He actually did it. He actually just tried to Galactus us. Well, we'll take the AQs, bro. All right, we are heading into game number 5 now. That Galactus play was absolutely hilarious. I can't believe that happened. But I guess, like, you know, in certain situations, they didn't think I was going to play a card. So maybe, just maybe, they were thinking the bluff snap was going to work. Yo, shout out to LASZLO, playing one of the homies over here. All right, let's go. What are we working with? What we got? Nico's gone. Yikes. Magic's gone. Okay. We do have Wolverine. We do have... Okay, this line's looking good. This line is looking pretty good. We don't have Magic, but I still have Carnage and I have Deadpool. I have Wolverine here on the left. I like this. I like this, LASZLO. What are we playing, bro? What are we working with today? Okay, Sunspot and Misty. I do not like this. We do... Please tell me we have priority here. Or he's going to do some armor stuff. Oh, we do have priority. Sweet. And we do have Killmonger on curve. We're going to snap this. We do have Killmonger on curve. He's probably going to armor the Sunspot, which is totally fair. I totally get it. But this allows us to be able to still get our playoff here, so I don't have to worry about an armor. There's armor right there. That's either armor or Sunspot. I'm thinking... Not Sunspot, or Cyclops. I'm thinking it's armor. Oh, it is Cyclops. Okay. And then I'm going to just Deadpool and Killmonger here. Destroy both of his 1-drops here, which is going to be really, really good for us. Now, Leech is going to be anti-fun. Definitely going to be anti-fun with Leech. But this is looking pretty spicy, I think. Armor. See, the armor was too late. We had the curve. We had the curve too early. He might go ahead and leech us. He probably does leech us here, so that's big sad. That's what's there on the right. It's either leech or it is A-bomb. Really, really hoping it is not leech, but you know how it goes. Moon Girl, okay. This is good. So he's got a She-Hulk. He has no magic to work with. He played this. He doesn't have anything else crazier. Okay. A-bomb's gone off twice. So he has 2 A-bombs that cost 3. So he could drop 2 A-bombs middle. He could drop an A-bomb in another lane. So holistically, the best thing for us here would be to play Null. But yeah, we got him. That's why we snapped early. We had the curve. Even with the leech, there's no magic we have to worry about here. So we're just playing for 1 lane. We're up so much. If he does play Shang-Chi, we probably are likely to lose the left over here. But I've seen some freaking high Evo playing Shang-Chi recently. But we had a great curve. We snapped at the right time. Shout out to LASZLO. Great game. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you guys liked what you saw, definitely feel free to subscribe. Definitely drop a like too. I'd really appreciate it. As always, thank you guys so much. It's been real. Tucker out.